Saints Row is a third-person action-adventure game franchise created by Volition Entertainment. Although originally published by THQ, the fourth installment was published by Deep Silver after THQ filed for bankruptcy back in 2012. Having been a huge fan of the third installment, I'm happy to say that Saints Row 4 is a fitting send-off for the franchise. Saints Row follows the rise of the Third Street Saints, an originally small-time street gang that rises in fame, eventually becoming celebrities and finally leaders of the free world. In Saints Row, you play the boss, a psychopath of various gender and ethnicity who becomes the President of the United States. No, I am not making that up. Unfortunately for you, aliens invade, capturing you and your crew and locking your subconscious within a virtual simulated hell. Your mission is simple: kill aliens, break free of their VR simulations, save mankind, and maybe cause a little carnage along the way. It's really straightforward, but what makes it work is the amount of time you'll be parodying other franchises and receiving backstory through missions. This is great for people new to the franchise. Because the game takes place both in the real world and in a VR simulation, Saints Row ups the ante by giving your VR self superpowers. Telekinesis, freeze blasts, and super speed, oh my, it's enjoyable to let loose. The only problem occurs when your powers are taken away during some missions, throwing off your groove. Words can't describe the amount of times I crashed vehicles since I wasn't accustomed to any other playstyle besides a hybrid of Sonic the Hedgehog and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Saints Row is far from perfect from a technical standpoint, though. It occasionally freezes, has audio syncing issues, and glitches that can really take you out of the immersion. What Saints Row does really well, though, is writing and casting its outlandish cast of characters. Whether singing in the car with Pierce, rolling with Shondi, even fighting against Zinyak himself, these are characters that make the entire experience enjoyable. Now, since I'm a bit of a music snob, let's go over the soundtrack. The music of Saints Row is spread evenly with your choice of rap, rock, reggae, dance, and classical tunes. Even if you're not a fan of certain songs, you can choose your own playlist, so you can skip over stuff that you don't like. I dare you not to smile when causing mass destruction to the tune of Thin Lizzy's The Boys Are Back in Town or Bombs Over Baghdad by Outkast. Saints Row is not a long game for those who focus solely on story missions. A lot of the time is spent doing optional quests, which are really just miscellaneous challenge tasks. Survive this wave of enemies, rack up a certain amount of points before the time limit, etc., etc. You've heard it all before. My major gripe with Saints Row 4, and 3 for that matter, is that there's no replayability or reason to keep going once everything is done. No starting a new game with my upgrades carried over. No stumbling into random events in the open world. Sure, there's a co-op mode, but who out of my group of friends has this game? Or wants to play with me for that matter? In conclusion, Saints Row 4 is an enjoyable game that if you can put up with the technical issues and lack of replayability, you can still have a great time. Which is why Saints Row on my PS3 gets an 8 out of 10.